All right, Shalom, Jake, Israel, Yashala. Keep rolling with the videos. Another video. Hopefully, it's edifying, man. It's a real quick video. And for the Israel out there, Israelite men, you got to be careful what women you dealing with. And like apostles always say, hey, man, leave the nigger woman alone. And we mean the nigger woman, not an Israelite woman with a contrite spirit. We ain't talking about them. We're talking about a nigger woman. And usually, it's even in the truth, it kind of trickles down, you know, like they always say, if apple doesn't fall, what is it, fall too far from the tree, however that go. But there's a difference, of course, from the Israelite woman and the black woman. But I peeped this. I just Google images. I forget how it popped. No, it was on TikTok or one of those other that Bigo website. Now this is a woman with Medusa tattooed on her neck, like you know. And if you over a female's house and she got Medusa on her neck, that's some they do it and they was in they like damn they was wilding out. Like even when women today, they say they had that whole phase. Now they want to get married, and they might really want to be sincere, but you want to take high caution of that, because Esau got a thing called premeditated, and usually this is premeditated because you be like nobody really gets a tattoo right away. They be like, man, I gotta get a tattoo. I gotta get a tattoo, and it's whatever. But you've been thinking about getting this tattoo for months, maybe even years. So it was in your mind to do this, and you wanted it for a certain reason. Medusa is, that's her head. Got a head for snake. Her locks for snakes, so to speak. It's nothing good coming from that, and I don't know. It's a. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna get it the word and think that it's a Greek word, but it's a. I'll let it explain it, but let me get this right quick. Leviticus 19:28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks. Print. Those are tattoos. Cuttings in your flesh. And you see a lot of them Africans do it. That's how you know they're not our people. Now our people do that, but they do it ignorantly. They don't know. They don't know the law. And some do, and some are wicked. What have you? No prince any marks upon you. I am the Lord. So that's not a custom of our people. And what do people usually get tattoos for? The dead. And that's a if I looked up, and that's a Samoan that come from Indian, not the Native Americans, but Indian, like Samoan type of customs. I mean, I can get it real quick to refresh, but let me see. Let me just look it up right quick. Now, wait, hold on see, I don't want to get, but med come from take appropriate measures, like medicine. So when you premeditate things, you take appropriate measures. Like, what is it gonna mean? What am I getting this for? Am I gonna have this? You're gonna have that tattoo forever, and nobody's really thinking about like I'm gonna one day get it removed. They want that. That's them. Be for mindful of. I judge, estimate, physician, to think about, to rule, to consider, think or reflect on. So you thinking. That's why they got something called premeditated. because you thinking before you like you really this is a really deep thing that you've been wanting to do. Is like you've been think like going over and over in your mind how it's gonna play out. You know, how you gonna just like premeditated murder? How you gonna escape? Who's gonna be involved? What time is it gonna take place? What time you gonna do it? All that's premeditated. That's why it says meditate upon the scriptures day and night because you know you taking appropriate measures of what things mean and examining things. Like yeah. So if you have a if you dating a female and you show up and she show up and you both and she got that's a big ass red flag, man. Let me see. So yeah, print any marks upon you. Yeah, it's not gonna be long, man. Uh oh yeah, I looked up Medusa. Medusa, the name of one of the three gorgons with snakes for hair, whose glands turned to stone. Whoever looked upon it. So if you looked upon her, her name is from Greek Medusa. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Literally means guardian. It's to protect, rule over, take appropriate measures. Name of one chosen by. So let me Google this right quick. Who was Medusa? And I'm pretty sure she is heathen. She is probably a Medusa is a legendary figure from Greek mythology. Yeah, mythology. She was one of the Gorgons, a group, but I'm pretty sure, it was symbolic, or it was a woman. Because when they say, what they say, that song I'm going back to, I forget who sing it. Damn, I like to remember names of groups and all that. But Betty Davis eyes, like she's ferocious. She'll hypnotize you with her eyes, man. It even says the flattering of eyes in the scriptures. So there is a thing of that where somebody can, hypnotize you with their eyes, or like, man, something about you. Cause what did it say? The eyes are the window to the soul. She was one of the Gorgons, a group of monster figures, and was well. They don't show her as a monster figure; they show her as a woman, and was the most famous of them. Medusa was usually represented as a winged female creature with a well, yeah, there you go, with a head of hair consisting of snakes. She had the power to turn people into stone with her gaze. Medusa, was the only mortal Gorgon, and Persuasive decapitated her using her head as a weapon, and they probably got that from David and Goliath. But there are women like that. They got a head full of snakes, like their mind is full of serpent juice, And if you dwell with them, and you could, the man could fall in love with her, It's almost like that cheating, those cheating videos where the woman hugs the dude and she's looking at the camera and she's looking at like, yeah, I'm cheating on his ass. That's what she's saying in her mind, you know. So those are some of the thoughts of what a Medusa could be in the term of pertaining to females, especially if she got a tattoo on her neck as Medusa. You should not print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. But you know what? And a backside to that too. Like the wicked, on the wicked side, the Most High is showing you who who these people are. Now you can have a woman or Medusa on her, and she could, she could repent, and therefore she's a new creature. But the old Jews would have thrown her out the door like, hey, hell, no, what the hell? But Yahweh Shai said, hey, she didn't know. That's why I said forgive them for what they do not know. But a lot of these people do know that they committing sin when they get these tattoos and when they do certain things. They know. They know it ain't right because a lot of our people were taught with a lot of taught about moralism, even though our people didn't know the knowledge. You know, they knew certain things what you wasn't supposed to do. Because I remember back then, our parents used to be strict, man. You couldn't look at you couldn't go to the store and look at nothing, man. Quit looking at that. Quit looking around. Come over here with me. What the hell are you doing? Where you going? So it makes sense that our people had a lot of more know of things. So when they did get older, they still remember what their parents taught them. They didn't necessarily teach that tattoos were wrong, but you can get a feeling or a spirit to know that's not right. Origin of tattoos. I don't want to go too much, but it came from the Polynesians and stuff. That's what they say. Ancient Siberian nomads, indigenous Polynesians, Nubians, native South Americans. They got evidence of tattooing dating back to Upper Paleolithic period in Europe. See, our people were doing that back then. The Greeks depicted that tattooed Asian neighbors, and the Picts in northern Scotland were documented as having complex tattoos. Tattoos have also been found on Egypt and the Nubian mummies, and the Romans tattooed criminals and slaves. See, that goes back into the MOTB. Y'all can say what you want, but that's what did they do with the slaves? They branded them. I don't want to jump subjects, but that's sort of like a tattoo. And let me see what that word means. Root word for a tattoo. Tattoo, according to the online etymology dictionary, the first meaning of tattoo referring to the body part come from Polynesian languages such as Tahitian, Samoan, and Marquesian. See, I got to look that word up. Now, Samoan means of the waters, as far as I've looked up, and Marquesian, that sounds like Marcus, which comes from the Moor days, is most likely connected to the word tattoo meaning mark or puncture on the skin. So, what did it say they're gonna do? What is the charagma? Incision, puncture in the skin, mark. Look, mark right here. So that's a form. Getting a tattoo is a form of the MOTB. But anyway, going back to the story of, on the thing about, being circumspect is examining things to know what kind of person you're dealing with, what kind of woman you're dealing with. Because niggas will fuck anything today. I'm using the F-bomb again. It says, Exodus 23:13, it says, in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect and make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of their mouth. And that's the tattoo is worshiping other gods, because it comes from the heathen, just like Christmas. Scripture in Jeremiah, just like all these other things. That's not our custom, man. Now, let's say you got a tattoo of, your homeboy died, your homegirl died, and you get a tattoo of them. You could get a chain with their picture in it. I mean, you don't have to get markings on your body and shit to represent, the love that you have for them. So that don't even, Most High ain't gonna excuse that. I mean, he forgives. He has mercy. But when you know that you're not supposed to get them, and you do, and you disregard, knowing that the Most High, it's in the Most High's law not to do that, you going off, man. So when you get with women, this is mainly for men. When you get with women, be circumspect how they act, what they got on, what they wear. They work provocative. They like to party. Busybodies. Do they, tattoo? If they got a tattoo and tramp stamp, yeah, that's my older days. You know, I was out there wild. I was bugging. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. We know we ain't looking for marriage. It ain't the time for that. But if paths cross to where she's humble and contrite to a point where your spirit picks it up, you being a righteous man, then let the cards may fall where they may fall. But that those are red flags, man. Like she has a whole, but dude, she didn't even hide it. It ain't even, it's not on her ass, or it's not on her stomach. It's on her neck, like, visible. So she didn't give a damn, you know. And Medusa is basically, hey, it might say prosperity, whatever it says, man. But a head full of snakes, come on, man. You can't make that positive. You can't make that say, well, it represents, prosperity and the future and love and all that. Nah, man. He that's bitten by a serpent is pitied, not pitied. Who pities him that's the charmer that's bit by a serpent? You can't charm a serpent, man. So, you got to watch how these women speak and people speak in general, and what they're about, and how they live their life. Now, she's ashamed of a tattoo, and she's wearing things to cover it up, turtlenecks and and you be like, damn, you didn't know until, like, a year into the race, 6 months, a year into the relationship. She's like, yeah, I try to cover up as much as possible. Then you're gonna be like, damn, she's really sincere about that. One thing you gotta understand, how the Most High does things too, is like he'll put a driving force behind people that wanna, like, this is, people wanna show themselves, they wanna express themselves. It's been a me generation. There's still more of it today. They should be lovers of themselves. So they, if that's an expression of who they are, they're gonna definitely show you. You're gonna definitely know about that. And I'm pretty sure she probably don't. She's probably a lesbian, man. Because I don't think no man would get with a woman like this. I mean, at first, if they see it, it kind of is like, yeah, I don't want to fuck with her, unless she prove otherwise. But first, it's like, nah, she got Medusa on the hell, nah. But things as such, man, you have to be cautious of. Anyway, hope it's edifying. To the next video, shalom.